Yo, it's good. So it's like 2026 now, and I just turned 18 on the first actually. So I mean, I guess like happy New Year's, baby, or whatever, and all that. But like low key, something that's been like clocking it. I mean, like it's like 2 days now. It's like yo, I'm like 18. Like I'm like a legal adult, like legal adult. Like I could vote, bro. Like I could vote. I'm 18, bro. Like I'm 18. Like I could buy weed. I could like go buy a drink. Like not that I do that stuff, but it's like I'm like at that age now. Like it's kind of clocking like yo, I low-key feel like I'm like kind of behind, like I feel like I'm kind of like, I'm like not at the point I should be in, and not like just like in like the way of like maturity, because I still feel like I'm a bit immature, like I feel like I'm still a kid sometimes, but I gotta low-key like mature up, and I feel like I'm not at the mature point that a lot of like, I don't know, my peers are at right now, and I don't know if I'll just like naturally fall into it or something like that, but it's like it's low-key not good. So I kind of just want to talk about like, just like but a bro, one-on-one, just like kind of talking about my feelings, as cringy as it sounds. This is how I clear my mind. I wrote about it in my journal. If that's cringe or not, I don't really care, but I just want to kind of go over like what's causing it and what are some solutions to these ideas, because I have a fair idea of like where I want to go with this. It's just like, I just might as well like talk it out, speak it out. So for me, what I feel like is that I feel like I have to be like, I have these aspirations and these goals that I want to reach in my life. And, just from YouTube and like Instagram and social media overall, it's like I have these like ideas that I have to be at certain spots at certain times. Like I have to be at $1 million by 19 or I failed my life. Like I have to buy my first car by like 18 or I failed in life, because like, every time I go on YouTube or every time I go on TikTok or every time I go on Instagram, it's like, you see like, yo, I bought my dream car at 17 years old. I can't say that anymore because I'm 18 now. I'm never going to get back to 17 years old. And that's like a main issue, like I'm not ever going to be able to get my years back. All this time, it's just like, it's just, we're going, we're never going to be able to skip back. It's not like a YouTube video we could just skip back. You just have to keep on going, and there's no way for me to go back in time because that time is already gone. Like I guess it's like kind of me learning like, yo, the value of time or whatever, but I feel like I've been doing that. It's just like, like I'm never going to get that time back. And another thing is like, what else did I even write? I have to be, yeah, it's like also having like, those, just having those aspirations, not thinking I'm going to be able to make it, like now I'm getting to like, yo, I'm getting 18, like, yo, I'm not going to be able to make it by 21. I'm not going to be able to like freaking retire my parents and like freaking move to a penthouse and like, get bad bitches, what I'm saying? Like it's not going to happen by that certain age, and that's kind of like what's hitting my head, it's like I'm not going to be able to hit that stuff. And like, it's only me to like, I can only choose that. It's not anyone else who can choose it. It's just me. And that's something I need to realize. So it's just like, it's tragic, bro. Another thing is like, maybe the reason I feel bad is like, maybe I was just using like, yo, I'm 17, I'm using it like as an excuse to like put things off. I'm like, shit, I'll do it when I'm 18, or shit, I'll do that when I'm 18. But like now I'm 18, like I could have just done that when I was 17 and get ahead of the game. I can't keep on putting off, like I keep on saying like, yo, I'm not at 100k subscribers or something because I'm still not 18, but there's like 5-year-olds who have like 1 million subscribers. I don't know if there actually are, but it's like, it could happen. I can't be using my age like as an excuse. Like 17 is pretty old and I could be able to get stuff done, but I can't be like waiting because time is going to keep on going. Time's going to keep on getting like like afar, and I can't rewind. I gotta be treating like every minute like a fucking like gold, bro. Like I can't like, like I can't spin back. And like, maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe this is all just cringe in the whole grand scheme of things, like it is honestly like, we're comparing like this to like, like in the grand scheme of things, there's more important things in life. But it's like, bro, like I can't be like sad about it, it's just gonna, bro, but it's like, I can't be sad about this. I just gotta like learn from it and move on. I can't be using 17 excuse. Like I just keep on coping like, yo, it's okay, I didn't make it yet, I'm only 17, and I don't even know what like make it out means. Like it's just like relative and all that, but it's like, I can't just be like, yo, because I'm 17, like it's okay, like it's okay if I don't do this. It's okay because I still at 18 years old. But now I'm 18, and now it's like, yo, I can't be saying like, yo, it's okay, I'll just get it when I'm 19. Or I can't be like, oh, I'm gonna get it when I'm 20. Then I just keep on going. I'll be like, shit, I'll just get it when I'm like 7 years old or something like that. Okay, wait, like when I'm like 65 years old or something. I don't know why that was the first number that came up to my mind. But like, I can't keep on waiting for that. I just gotta move on and just like freaking like, stop being a little bitch and just get the shit done that needs to be done. I can't put it off. I can't procrastinate because I'm not gonna be like, the thing that hits hard, bro, is like I can't say like on my TikToks, like I can't say like day in the life of a 17-year-old anymore. I have to say day in the life of an 18-year-old. You know how unk that feels? Or in these YouTube videos, like how it feels to be 18, bro. How does it feel to be 18? It feels like I'm an unk, bro. I can't say like, yo, 17-year-old day trader recaps his day or something like that. It has to be 18 now, bro. And you know, that's like, that feels like shit, bro. Like that's not how that's not the right thing. Like I can't be looking at 18 as being like a bad thing. I can't be using my youth as an excuse to not making it. You know, like, you know, it's just like that, bro. I can't like just like I feel like I was using my youth or like using my age as an excuse to have not done some stuff, and that's like wrong. You know, I can't do that. That's just like incorrect of me to do, and I just gotta like stop putting off things and just get to freaking business. You know, I guess like some stuff like, you know, like making a TFSA or like investing and stuff like that, which I already started doing on my first birthday, or like, and there's like credit cards and stuff like that. Like I guess those stuff can't wait, but you know, there's certain things that I shouldn't be like, you know, like blaming it on my age, like saying like, oh, it's okay, I didn't make it yet because I just, you know, I didn't get to that point, you know. And that's like another thing that I need to like freaking work on. Let me read here. Yeah, just mainly the timeline. Also just feeling like I'm not good enough at 18. You know, the main thing I realized as well is like, yo, like I'm 18 now, and like, you know, like the comp is crazy, bro. Like I have to compete with like 20-year-olds or 21-year-olds or 22-year-olds. Them, like if I had a girl, them guys could just steal my bitch, bro. Like, you know, it's not like I feel like, you know, maybe I'm not good enough. You know, sure, I'm still chasing my goals and aspirations and dreams and everything like that. I guess that puts me in like I'm not even trying to look for a girl right now, but it's like, you know, it's just like I just like low-key feel like I'm not like high enough, or I'm not good enough to compete with other people. And that honestly comes from me just comparing myself to other people, which I really need to work on, bro. I keep on like, my main flaw I feel like right now is that I always look for external validation. I know I always pride myself in like external validation and like, yo, I'm young and I'm like locked in and I'm still trying to get my work done. But now I'm just 18 years old. I'm like every other guy who's trying to get up, you know, like sure, like sure, I'm still like a 2008 kid, but like, you know, there's like so much competition out there. I gotta stop looking for other people to validate myself. I just gotta be happy with what I'm doing with my own life, rather than looking for other people to like, you know, kind of validate me. Because if I keep on doing that, it'll never be enough. I'll never be happy with myself, and I gotta stop giving more fucks, bro. I literally started reading, you know, like the book Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I started reading that book, and Loki has been hitting hard, but I just gotta stop. Like in the grand scheme of things, everyone's gonna die, bro. It's really not that deep, bro. And if me chasing my like, another thing is like, yo, I be caring so much what other people say too because of that. You know, like if someone like laughs like, yo, like why are you trying to do your TikTok stuff? Then I feel like, yo, am I making a mistake by doing that? I value their opinions too much, and that's not right, bro. I gotta be proud of myself. I know I'm doing the right thing. I'm building my personal brand. I'm putting out content, and I'm becoming a more confident person and stuff like that. I can't be like letting other people's opinions just completely wipe my entire memory, because like that's not right, bro. I gotta be more confident in myself and stuff like that. I gotta stop looking for other people, you know. I just like, you know, like I have a feeling of where it comes from. I don't really want to talk about it because it's kind of weird, but you know, I just constantly feel like I need to prove myself to other people. I constantly feel like I'm not enough for other people, and like especially now that I'm 18, I feel like I'm not able to compete with like the other 18-year-olds or the 19-year-olds or the 20-year-olds or 21-year-olds, because like now I'm like kind of like a real world, you know. I've been in the real world, like, you know, I've been like this, all the Matrix and all that shit, but it's like now it's like really hitting, you know. So yeah, so some solutions that I wrote down here, like solution 1, don't compare myself to others. I think I just said that. I just don't work on other people's timelines. You know, I can't like, you know, like everyone works on their own timeline, so I can't like compare myself to someone else. You know, maybe someone's smarter than me, maybe someone's better looking than me, maybe someone's a better communicator than me, but you know, I got my own things. You know, maybe that person is not brown, you know, like maybe that person is just not brown, and maybe they're just able to make it out easier. I'm not saying that I'm getting hate for being brown. I mean, I guess sometimes I am, you know, like freaking people saying go back to your country, but like, yo, it's not that deep, bro. You know, like I've been living here like almost my entire life. That's why I don't have an Indian accent, but you know, I can't work on other people's timeline. You know, everyone has their own circumstances. I have my own circumstances. I got my own cards to play with, so I just gotta play with my cards and just like move on with my life instead of feeling pity for myself. Another thing is, you know, don't use the excuse, and just like I was using it as on easy. I don't even know what I wrote here. Past only. I can't focus on, like, I can only focus on the present now, you know. I can't like pity myself for the past. I just gotta look like right what I'm doing right now, make the right decisions, and go on with the future, you know. Don't be down bad about what's going on right now. Just like, you know, live life to the fullest. And then number 3 is like, don't have time-based goals. You know, I can't have these like objectives, but why am I getting school notification? Shit. Bro, I got school on Monday, bro. I'm actually gonna kill myself. But you know, don't have time-based goals. Don't like say like by this time I have to do this. Don't say by that time I have to do that. Just, you know, just like you have these goals, have the direction, but focus on the systems, you know, focus on the systems. You know, I made an Atomic Habits summary, so you should go watch that because I explained that really well. But I can't be focused on the goals because the goals are just the direction, the steering wheel, you know, and I gotta be focused on like focus on this like focus like on the systems, you know, like focus on how I'm going to get to those goals that I have. Like rather than focusing like, yo, I want to get to 1K subscribers, I got to focus on how am I going to get that. I got to do that by posting content every day, making quality content, producing like, you know, better like quality stuff, you know, just working harder every single day, 1% better type shit. So yeah, you know, I like a good thing about being 18 is that I could get a tattoo now. But I don't really know what I want to get. I want to get like plus 1% or something, but I feel like that's super cringe, so I'm probably not going to do that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope it kind of made sense. It's just me ranting my emotions, you know what I'm saying? As girly as it may sound, I don't really care. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video. See you later. Goodbye.